You've been watching some videos and you've gotten curious about what would it be like to make some changes to my diet so I can improve my mental health, my gut health, and my overall health. A great place to start is to break it down into a few small changes each week over the next 4 to 6 weeks. The first change that we're going to make is in week 1, we're going to give up sugar in all of its forms except for honey, monk fruit, and stevia. And we're going to take that out of anywhere and everywhere we can find it, including your condiments, your salad dressings, your sauces, like barbecue sauce, which is fully loaded in lots of sugar. We're going to really concentrate on eating whole foods like proteins and fish and meats and dairy, full fat dairy, and vegetables and fruit. We're not going to be limiting our carbs in this first stage. Our real goal is helping our bodies adjust to going off sugar. Most of us are addicted, and our opiate centers are lighting up every time we're eating wheats, oats, and sugars, and we're addicts to sugar and gluten. And that has had a lot of impact on our body. And so that's our first goal. Now, our next thing we're going to do is we're going to also try to reduce preservatives and seed oils. Seed oils act like an antibiotic in our gut. They are killing off bacteria, and we want to grow bacteria. So you're going to avoid your seed oils. Cook with things like olive oil and avocado oil, bacon grease, lard, and tallow from beef. These are great options. Then I also want you to concentrate on your mind and your soul and your spirit. I love the book, The 40-Day Sugar Fast by Wendy Speak. She has done an excellent job creating a community of people who take this challenge every year to go off sugar. And it is so supportive to do this with people speaking into your life. Think about getting in an audiobook format or in a book that you read on Kindle. Spend just those 2 minutes up to 5 minutes of each day concentrating on your spiritual and mental health. When you go off wheats and grains and sugars, you're going to maybe have some side effects. You're going to have some die-offs in your gut of things that love to eat those wheat and sugar. You might end up with some flu-like symptoms. Drink lots of water, use LMNT, get plenty of rest, eat plenty of fruit right in the first few days. Have a half an apple anytime you start to feel a little shaky, you're starting to crave foods. Go ahead and wean yourself by having a little bit of an apple a couple times a day if you need it. That is one of the best strategies to begin this process of getting off sugar. But this first week, eat fruit as you need it. Don't eat it at every meal. Just save a little bit like in the afternoon or in the evening. Are you struggling with negative self-talk? Is there a monologue in your head constantly berating you, second guessing your decisions, causing you to be walk in self-doubt and self-loathing? If so, you may actually be struggling with the effects of having a fungal infection in your body. Now, most Americans, by the time we reach adulthood, we've got fungus inside our body. Yes, it's under our toenails, it's growing in our digestive tract, it's spread across our body and even to our brain. Now, fungus has amazing quality of it wants to reproduce constantly. It wants to just take over wherever it's at. And it can actually have an effect on the organisms it infects. And if you want to watch some cool videos about that, just type it into YouTube and see its effect on some of the bugs and mammals in the world. However, for us, most of humans, it makes us crave sugar. And this is why some people, when they do the 40-day sugar fast, they will report even at the end of the fast, they're still craving sugar every day, all day long. Guess what? It's not you. It's the fungus. It wants you to eat sugar so that it can reproduce. So, learning how to reduce the fungus in our body and especially in our intestinal tract is by taking on a very simple ingredient. It's just adding green tea to our list of things. So, adding green tea is going to have this amazing properties of helping squelch out the negative bacteria and the negative yeast that's having an effect on you. We're also going to add the ingredient of whole cloves, not ground clove powder, but whole cloves. That's really good for producing mucus in our digestive lining, helps us not be absorbing the particles and the histamines reactions from the foods that we're eating. So the cloves is going to increase the mucus lining of our digestive tract, stop bacteria and dead bacteria through the cell wall and into the bloodstream. So mucus is really important. Dr. Davis's recipe is very simple. You just take 2 cups of water, preferably filtered if you've got it, and you're going to bring that to a low boil. You're going to add in a whole clove. Then you're going to let it simmer very gently for about 10 minutes. Then you're going to add in your green tea bags for the last 2 minutes. When it's done, you're going to take it out. This is where we're going to add probably some inulin powder. So inulin powder is naturally sweet. I like the Jerusalem artichoke variety. So you can add that inulin powder and it's going to make it be a sweeter tea without adding sugar. And then you're going to sip that throughout the day. You could either drink it a little bit in the morning or you could make iced tea out of it later in the day. You could also take a cinnamon stick and after you finish steeping the tea, you can pour it over the cinnamon stick and then serve it with that. Cinnamon is also another wonderful ingredient for gut health. It's going to help repel those bad negative bacteria. Now, drinking clove green tea is going to be a awesome addition to your ongoing health and a great way of supporting your mental health. This is something that you're going to want to do throughout all 4 to 6 weeks of your diet transformation. Now, there are some more powerful remedies for dealing with fungus, but I feel like that goes a little bit above and beyond my pay grade. And that's adding things like curcumin. So if you're suspecting that you might actually have a fungal infection or an overgrowth of candida, then you will probably are going to want to talk to a naturopath, somebody who's going to help guide you through the process of detoxing. I'm Melissa Kelly, and I want to remind you I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm a counselor. I have been walking this journey myself to better mental and physical health. So if you are on any medications, you have any serious health problems, really check with your doctor before you start making any major changes. But for the rest of us who are fairly normal, fairly healthy, these are recommendations of things that you can explore to start feeling better.